Have you heard of Dan Hurley? Dan Hurley is a novelist, but he specializes, and his specialty is in 60-second novels. You see, he will interview you, and in less than a minute, he will have enough information to write a short story about you and be able to create a poem or a short story that captures the essence of who you are. This past week in our one-year Bible readings, there's a couple interesting characters we're not going to have time to cover on Sunday, but I wanted to make sure to talk about. And these are the kind of characters that Dan Hurley would have fell in love with. And obviously the writers of the Bible felt the same way, that they could capture their story in 60 seconds or less. First, in the Old Testament, there is the widow in Zarephath, the widow that Elijah was sent to. And it's a great story about this woman who had very little and only had enough to barely take care of herself and her son, but shared what she had and basically won a lifetime supply to be able to care for her and her son because of her trusting. And then the second character I wanted to talk briefly about was a woman named Dorcas. Dorcas we find in the book of Acts, and we learn of her incredible character, but it's a very brief interaction that we have with her. In fact, when we first learn of her, she's actually dead, and the believers in the community there are all mourning, and Peter arrives on the scene, and they usher Peter in to see Dorcas, and they tell Peter about all of the incredible things that she does for the community, her work with the poor, and all of the coats and the garments that she makes herself for the people of the community. And Peter, through the power of the Holy Spirit, raises Dorcas to life. Some great stories, and it just goes to show that we don't have to be incredibly famous to have a great story about us. You and I probably, most of us are never going to be famous, but I bet we could capture an essence about ourselves in a short story, and hopefully that essence would be one of helping others, like Dorcas and the widow in Zarephath. Well, as you can see behind me, we're ready for Vacation Bible School. It starts on Monday, and we are so looking forward. I am so looking forward to it. It's my favorite time of the year. I hope that you're getting ready for it. We're going to be journeying to Babylon, and I hope that you're planning on being part of the experience with us this year. Invite a friend, bring some neighbors. We're going to have a great time every night, Monday through Friday next week from 5:30 to 8:30. We'll see you there.